In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you why change leadership is becoming such a requirement in today's fast-paced business environment. It's no longer a skill or competency that is reserved for the very few at the top. It's no longer a skill or competency that is reserved for the managers or the directors or executives. It's fast becoming a skill that everyone across the organization needs to have, regardless of position, regardless of title. And I'm going to be sharing with you 3 reasons why that is the case, and also what you can start to do to develop your change leadership skill and competency. In previous videos, I've already shared what change leadership is about and differentiated between change leadership and change management, because that's one of the major confusions around change leadership and change management. Change leadership is more a skill and competency, whereas change management is more tactical in managing change, especially in a project-like environment or transformational change, and bringing in a framework, a model, and a structure. So number 1 reason why change leadership is a competency that is very important in today's fast-paced business environment is that we're constantly being faced with change. The pace of change is happening at such a fast speed that we can't afford to wait for the leader, in quote, to be present before we make a decision or before we make a move. So we have AI, we have robotics, we have the 4th industrial revolution, we have the 5th industrial revolution coming up. Technology is such a big driver for change and the speed at which change is happening. And we just recently experienced the pandemic. The global pandemic, that was such a big change that was thrown upon us. It was unprecedented, like we all love to say, and it just brought with it uncertainty. So the speed of change is happening so quickly that we can't afford to wait until the bus is there or bring in the bus. It's something that we all need to be able to respond very quickly to that fast pace of change within our organizations, within our roles, or within our teams, or even in our lives generally. Change leadership is very key. Another reason why change leadership is very important is that organizations are changing. The structure of organizations are changing. We are now experiencing flatter organizational structures where it's not enough to wait for the leader to make that decision, and where everybody has a responsibility for the work it is they do. So in our work, we have to take responsibility for our deliverables. That's where change leadership skills come in. Our ability to be able to make decisions, our ability to be able to be responsive to the changes that are happening to us, that are affecting our deliverables, that are affecting our work. We cannot wait for our manager or our boss or our executive to come and tell us what is happening in our industry. We need to be responsive to be able to go to them to say, this is the change which is happening in our industry, and this is how we need to respond to the change in order to be able to stay more relevant. And that's where change leadership skills come into play. Another reason, number 3, which is affecting why we all need to be change leaders, is the introduction again of the future of work. With technology impacting the way we do things, I already mentioned as point 1 that technology is speeding up the way things happening. What technology is also doing is changing the way in which we work. Whereas before, skills such as accounting, law, the legal field, engineering, all those things were very important, and they're still very important, even in the medical field. But guess what? There's AI, there's robotics, there are all of this technology that are speeding up the way in which some of these tasks used to be done. There's technology that is helping to make it more efficient to be done. And now we're being reliant more on the skills that we can bring into the workplace from an interpersonal perspective. We are more reliant on the soft skills that we're able to bring into work, the critical analysis skills, the people management skills, the communication skills, the change leadership type of skills, our ability to be able to respond to change, our agility in doing so. All of those skills are more important than before, and the technical skills, though they're still important, they're not as critical as before. If you look at the future of work and the landscape in terms of how all of those is changing, you will see that what are the skills that are becoming more and more relevant It's the interpersonal skills, it's the soft skills, it's the leadership skills, it's the change leadership skills, it's the organizational management skills. Those skills are becoming more and more important. And that's why, regardless of where you find yourself in your role, to be more effective, to be more able to contribute to the success of your organization, or to be more impactful in your role, change leadership is becoming critical as a skill that it is you need to have. I hope this video has been able to share with you a little bit about why change leadership is important and why you need to start to develop a little bit of it here and there as you move into what we call the future of work. If you want to learn more about change leadership, what change leadership is, you can check the links that I have below. If you want to get resources on being more effective as a change leader, I have free resources on my website, oliveblue.com. You can download free resource guides to help you get started in your change leadership journey, or to help bolster your change leadership journey wherever it is that you find yourself. So until next time, bye.